Hello students, in this module I'll be talking about post-fertilization changes where I'll be discussing the development of the endosperm. So look, listen and learn. So let us see what you need to know about the development of the endosperm. Now remember, the endosperm, right, will be formed by a cell called as primary endosperm nucleus. And how was that formed? If you remember this picture from the last module, you must know that there is a second male gamete which fuses with the secondary nucleus, and when they fuse, their fusion product is called as primary endosperm nucleus. Remember, it is also called as PEN and it is triploid in nature. Is it okay? And this fusion is also called as triple fusion, or it is also called as second fertilization. Is that okay? Now, remember that this primary endosperm nucleus will then develop into the endosperm. And what is endosperm? We must know that endosperm is the nutritive tissue for the nourishment of the developing embryo in a seed. Is that okay? Also remember that it is a post-fertilization product, right? Because in angiosperms, the endosperm develops after fertilization, unlike gymnosperms where it was before fertilization. Is that okay? And we also know that the endosperm is basically a triploid tissue, right? Because it is formed by a fusion of secondary nucleus as well as a male gamete. Is that okay? Now, based on presence or absence of endosperm, there are two types of seeds that we see in angiosperms. The first type of seed, as you can see in this picture, right? What happens here in this seed, the endosperm is totally consumed during embryo development, which means what you actually see here is not endosperm but cotyledon. Is it okay? So the endosperm gets completely consumed when the embryo is developing, and you should know that this seed when it is mature, do not possess any endosperm. And because the seed has got no endosperm, it is called as non-endospermous or X-albuminous seed. Is that okay? So who would you think will provide the nourishment in such a seed to the developing embryo? You guessed it, it is the cotyledons. The cotyledons will nourish the embryo because the endosperm gets completely consumed. Is that okay? Some examples of non-endospermous or X-albuminous seed are, you see behind me, beautiful peas. These are non-endospermous, okay? Then some example also includes beans, as you can see here right behind me. Then one more example will include gram. Is that okay? You can see white as well as black, right? Then one more example would be groundnut, okay? All these are non-endospermous or X-albuminous seeds because in them the cotyledons will actually take care of the nourishment since the endosperm is completely consumed during seed development. Then the other type of seed based on presence of endosperm, right? What you see here basically is one more seed. Here you should know that endosperm persists and remains in the mature seeds. It doesn't disappear, it does not get consumed. Is that okay? And the endosperm then continues to support the growth of the embryo during the seed germination. And such a seed is also called as endospermous or albuminous seed. Remember, in such seeds, the cotyledon is highly reduced, as you can see in the picture here, because the endosperm is persisting throughout the seed life. Is it okay? And it's the endosperm which is providing the nourishment. Some examples of endospermous seeds include, right behind me, you can see castor. Castor is an endospermous seed. One more example right behind me is sunflower. Even sunflower shows endospermous seed, as well as coconut. Let's not forget, even coconut has endospermous seed. Is it okay? All of these were dicots. There are some monocots or cereals that also show endospermous seed, and they include the likes of what you have behind me is maize or corn. We all know that, as well as wheat. Even wheat, which is a cereal, is an endospermous seed. In all these seeds, the endosperm remains till the end of the seed. Is it okay? So this brings us to the end of the module where I've discussed about post-fertilization changes and seed formation. In this module, we also talked about development of endosperm. In the next module, we'll be talking about the types of endosperm, where I will throw light upon the first type, which is also called as nuclear endosperm. Till then, thank you and take care.